Hello dear, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome everyone. Welcome to my presentation. Today I will talk about how the power system of Bangladesh is governing and functioning nowadays. Me, the presenter, am Rubayed Hasan Pramanik, Department of Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Begum Rokeya University, Rangpur. Before talking about governing and functioning electricity, we should talk about consuming electricity. Let's talk about consuming electricity. Today we are living an age of science, actually age of electricity. Most of us, actually all of us, depend on electricity. Our mobile, our TV, our AC, our oven, our light, even our car. Not today, not nowadays, but it will future that our car also need electricity. Car also run by electricity. So it's quite difficult to imagine a world without electricity. If we having an hour and a half hour time load shedding, we feel that we are in hell. We are in dark. Without electricity, we cannot think that we are in the earth. We are in hell. So it is a must for human being to have electricity. Without electricity, we can imagine ourselves. Now in the screen we see a graph about electrification in urban area and rural area of Bangladesh. We see a far difference in the early of the graph between urban area electrification and rural area electrification, but the difference become narrow day by day. The difference will vanish in future. It will happen in near future. I can tell you that. Thus we can predict that a lot of electricity is demanding today. The demand is increasing day by day. It creates a huge actually great challenge for us to produce and maintain electricity, because the amount of electricity today is very high, very high. Now we talk about main type of power plant in Bangladesh. There are four main type of power plant in Bangladesh. First, natural gas based, next oil based, then coal based, and end of the last hydro based. It is quite well known all of us that we have a lot of natural gas resources, so it can predict that the production of electricity of a huge amount is produced by natural gas. The number of natural gas based electricity is the first place in Bangladesh, then next oil, and next coal, and end of hydro based. The hydro based electricity production is very low in Bangladesh. Actually, there are only one power plant of hydro based electricity power plant in Bangladesh. It is in southern area of Bangladesh, in Kaptai. Now we see a graph, actually a graph that tell of us the electricity production and supplying system in Bangladesh. First of all, that the electricity production, the other matter related of electricity is maintained by government under the Ministry of Power, Energy and Mineral Resources. Actually it here the ministry, it has two organization, it BRC and PowerShell. This two companies actually organization has responsibility to make rules and regulation for the electricity supplying and consumption and production. BRC, Bangladesh Energy Regulatory Commission, responsibility for maintain the price of electricity per unit. Next we see the production and supplying process of electricity in Bangladesh. We can divide it in three parts. First part production, next part to grid line, and the last part is supplying. First part is production. BPDB, Bangladesh Power Development Board, Haripur Power Station, Bhagabari Power Station, APSCL company, and EGCB company, NWPGCL company, IPP, etc., etc. The amount of power plant and power plant companies are more, that is see in the graph. Here we some give, for example, BPDB and Haripur, Bhagabari, APCL produce electricity, then it take over the PGCB, Power Grid Company of Bangladesh. It cast electricity transmission. After production of electricity, it go to the transmission, PGCB, Power Grid. Then Power Grid works for supply the electricity to the supplier company. Supplier company like BPDP. Here we see the similar company BPDP and BPDP. Actually, in early Bangladesh produce a little bit electricity, so it has no difficulty to maintain it. That it has only one company, BPDB, Bangladesh Power Development Board, who also produce electricity and supply electricity, works for maintenance. But according to last few decades, the demand of electricity increasing, so it's difficult for one company to maintain the whole system. So government create many companies and power plants for that. Also make many supplier companies for that. Here we see many supplier companies like DPDC, DESCO, WZPDCL, NWZPDCL, SZPDCL, etc., etc. The supplier companies works for supplying electricity to the consumer. It supply the consumer electricity. After the end, we get electricity. Here I try to make a summary of production and supplying electricity. In short, we can tell that production company produce electricity, transmission company then transfer the electricity to the supplier company, and supplier company do supply to the consumer. Here PGCB, Power Grid Company of Bangladesh, works as a medium between production and power plant companies and supplier companies. Thank you everyone to watch my presentation. Hope you enjoy it.